So, the 6.2 special program landed, and now we finally have clear answers, a few surprises, and a handful of hints that point straight at the future. In this video, I am going to walk through everything that mattered in simple words: the confirmed banners, what the new Witchcraft System actually does for old characters, how Durin really works in combat, what the Archon quest sets up, and yes, where Alice and Nicole stand on the playable question after all the back and forth. By the end, you should know exactly what was confirmed, what is still likely, and what QoL seems to be building toward. Let's start with the part everyone always asks about first. The banners in the show matched what HomDG Cat shared ahead of time. That means Durin and Veni share the first half alongside Jahoda, the new Anemo 4-star, and the second half brings Verisa and Xylan in. No curveball chronicled wish snuck in. The Mondstadt rerun rumor was just that, a rumor. If you were holding out for a special Mondstadt pool to sit next to Venti, the program closed that door for now. Now, about Alice, because this was the elephant in the room for months. For a long time, a strand of leaks claimed she would never be playable. That always felt off, and after this program, the mood has clearly shifted. She is present, speaks, the character model is revealed, and she is directly involved with the new quests. Nothing here is a formal, playable in 6-point-something stamp, but it is the strongest groundwork we have seen. The safest reading right now is that Alice is being placed for a later version, very possibly the late Nod Cry cycle. If you like timelines, a lot of people now expect Nicole to arrive earlier, think something like 6.6, while Alice follows after, maybe around 6.7. Treat that as informed expectation, not a promise, but it fits everything we saw. Nicole also shows up in the program in a very Nicole way, which N communicates without speaking. She nudges the traveler toward the right questions, and she is clearly tied into the Hexencircle network that is now stepping into the spotlight. Her presence matters for two reasons. First, story. The border is unstable, abyss phantoms are acting strange, and someone has to keep the walls of the world from cracking. Second, gameplay. Nicole's arrival doubles down on the new Witchcraft framework that finally gives older Mondstadt units fresh tools. Let's talk about that Witchcraft system in plain language. The story calls it the Witch's Dictionary, handing out tasks. You complete a small quest or challenge with a specific character, and that character becomes a Hexerai unit. When at least 2 Hexerai characters are in the same party, the team gains a secret right effect that unlocks extra moves or buffs. This is not a one-size bonus. The effects are themed to each character. Klee's baseline gameplay becomes smoother because normal attacks automatically fire a charged shot as a coordinated move. Albedo can generate hardy silver isotomas that keep pulsing even when monsters swing at them, and those flowers can also hand out attack and skill bonuses that scale with his defense, which finally makes his support identity less clunky. Fischl gets different team buffs depending on whether you lean into Overload and Electrocharged or the new Lunar Charge style. Razor's extra sigils no longer vanish into the void. They spill over into bonus strikes and a touch of energy back to the team. This is the heart of the update, a lore-driven way to modernize classic units without tearing up their whole talent sheets. It asks you to duo them in creative pairs and rewards you with new lines of damage and utility. Venti is the poster child for how far the secret right can push a familiar kit. In the show, when Venti teams with another Hexerai unit, Durin was the example. His burst does more than just lift and damage. If your active character triggers swirl while the storm is up, both the storm and your damage ramp for a short time. On top of that, his normal attacks transform into piercing winds under arrows while the burst lasts, and landing those arrows lengthens the burst's lifetime. In practice, Venti gets a more interactive loop. It does not turn him into a main damage dealer overnight, but it makes his on-field time feel purposeful and lets him contribute more than crowd control and battery duties. Durin deserves his own spotlight because he carries the patch. His core is simple to remember and surprisingly flexible to execute. After you cast his skill, you stand at a fork. If you press normal attack next, you enter Denial of Darkness, a more aggressive stance. In that mode, His burst shifts to a single target plan that increases his personal reaction damage, while a dragon focuses repeated pyro hits on the enemy in front of you. If you instead press the skill again, you switch into Confirmation of Purity, the supportive stance. In that mode, his burst leans into area control and resistance shred, pulsing pyro around the team and peeling defensive layers so your allies hit harder. The stances last long enough to matter, and you can adapt to the fight. Wave Clear in the light path, Boss Burn in the dark path. If you ever wished Bennett's buffing power and Xiangling's off-field pyro application lived in one body, Durin scratches that itch while adding choice to every rotation. Also, the Archon quest continues as Moon Prayer Night approaches, the world's border weakens, Abyssal Phantoms stir, and Venti steps up. If you finish it early, you can claim 500 Primo Gems. Events look busy and generous. The Soul Blazer's Snowbound Journey is the headline, but the real fun comes from its training playlist. Snowdrace brings the hide-and-seek format back with new snow effects and sudden whiteouts that make both hunters and rebels improvise. Frontier Recon turns you into a little scout glider flying courses for coins. Jade Pitching adds a snowball toss with different snowmen modifiers, so you can hit targets in silly ways. A Trial of Valor mode lets you configure Battle Souls to chase point goals while beating waves, which is code for pick your buffs and smash. Sticking with the program gets you a free 4-star bow called Rainbow Serpent's Rain Bow and its refinements. Natlon also gets love with a fresh Finchball revision that makes you play both paddles. There is a co-op Saurian Brawl where you indwell Saurians to sweep up coins together. Liben returns to hand out quick Primo Gems, which never gets old. Quality of life changes are not flashy, but they add up. The character list filters and sorts more clearly. Reputation EXP for Natlon and other nations climbs, which helps late starters catch up. After you spend encounter points, Catherine now lets you claim the daily commission rewards directly, including that familiar 60 Primo Gem package. Jahoda, the new Anemo 4-star, might be the sneaky win of the patch for a lot of accounts. She has the I used to steal things, now I fix things energy and brings a mix of mobility, absorption tricks, and team help. Her skill dashes in, scoops up applied elements into a flask, and if you reach her Ascendant Gleam, that flask releases stored elements as extra hits. Her burst is a steady Anemo pulse, with a little helper robot that heals the active character and can redirect heals to the lowest health teammate if you are already healthy. When the witchcraft condition is met, that robot also spits out elemental claws based on what it absorbed, which means she can contribute swirl setups and tiny reaction procs while keeping your carry upright. If you ever wanted an Anemo unit who can shield your rotation from chip deaths and still hold Viridescent Veneer for shred, she looks like a nice pick, especially for players without a deep support bench. As always, the program dropped 3 gift codes worth 100 Primo Gems each. They are probably gone by the time you hear this, and I already posted them on my channel the moment they appeared. If you missed them this time, subscribe so you do not miss the next round. I always post them in the Posts tab as soon as they go live. There are often extra 60 Primo Gem codes sprinkled around the version too, and I post those as well so you can grab every free wish. Tell me in the comments what you are most excited about in 6.2 and who you are planning to pull for. Like the video if this helped, and subscribe if you want the Primo Gem codes and quick banner updates the moment they drop. Thanks for hanging out, and I will see you in the next one.